Admiral Zekthara's mandibles clicked nervously as she observed the primitive blue world through the bridge's main viewer. The third planet of this unremarkable system had been transmitting electromagnetic signals for barely 2 centuries, HFY, cosmic eye blink. According to the Galactic Council's classification system, any species this young should pose no threat to a properly equipped fleet. "Status report," she commanded, her voice carrying the authority of someone who had conquered 17 worlds for the hegemony. "All ships in position, Admiral," her tactical officer responded. "The humans' orbital defenses are quaint. A few dozen stations, some chemical propulsion vessels. Our shields won't even register their weapons." Zekthara allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. The humans had rejected the hegemony's generous offer of subjugation 3 times. Such defiance could not be tolerated. The message needed to be clear. Young species either bent the knee or faced extinction. "Open a channel to the surface," she ordered. The view screen flickered, revealing a weathered human male in what appeared to be a military uniform. The creature's binocular vision fixed on her with unsettling intensity. "I am Admiral Chen of the United Earth Defense Force," the human said without preamble. "You have 90 seconds to withdraw from our system before we consider this an act of war." Zekthara's compound eyes widened in disbelief. "You dare threaten us? We have over 300 ships. Your entire species numbers barely 8 billion primitives on a single world." Admiral Chen's expression didn't change. 85 seconds. "This is absurd," Zekthara gestured to her weapons officer. "Target their largest population centers. Perhaps a demonstration will—" The transmission cut out. "Admiral," her sensor operator's voice carried a note of confusion. "I'm detecting massive energy signatures throughout their system. The asteroids, they're moving." Zekthara turned toward the tactical display. What she saw made her blood run cold. Every significant asteroid in the system was shifting position, powered by what appeared to be massive fusion drives. But that was impossible. The humans couldn't have hidden such an enormous undertaking. "Sir," the sensor operator continued, "preliminary scans suggest these installations have been in place for decades. Somehow, we missed them completely." "Impossible. Our intelligence—" "Admiral!" The communications officer's voice cracked. With panic. "We're receiving a transmission. It's coming from everywhere." Admiral Chen's face reappeared on screen, but now the background showed what was clearly a military command center, carved into solid rock. "You seem surprised," Chen said calmly. "Did you really think we'd keep all our eggs in one basket? Humans have been preparing for this day since we first detected your galactic hegemony a century ago." Zekthara's tactical display lit up like a festival celebration. Hundreds of previously hidden installations throughout the system were powering up weapons that defied her understanding of human technology. "Your species made a fundamental error in judgment," Chen continued. "You assumed that because we're young, we're weak. Because we've only had spaceflight for a few centuries, we couldn't possibly threaten you." His smile was predatory. "You forgot to ask why a species from a death world might have survived long enough to reach the stars." The first salvo came from Luna Base. Zekthara watched in horror as a beam of coherent energy tore through her flagship's shields like they were made of tissue paper. The weapon continued firing, carving a molten line across 3 more vessels before cycling down. "Impossible," she whispered. "Our intelligence said they barely had fusion power." "Your intelligence was looking at our public technology," Chen replied, apparently having heard her. "The stuff we use for civilian purposes. What you didn't see was what we've been building in the dark, in the deep places where your sensors couldn't reach. Every moon, every asteroid, every comet that passed through our system in the last 50 years. We've been busy." More weapons opened fire. Kinetic projectiles launched from concealed mass drivers struck the hegemony fleet with devastating precision. Each slug had been accelerated to a significant fraction of light speed, turning them into relativistic kill vehicles that no amount of armor could withstand. "You want to know what makes humans dangerous?" Chen asked as Zekthara's fleet began to disintegrate around her. "It's not our technology, it's not our numbers. It's that we learn from every predator that's ever tried to kill us. and our world has been trying to kill us for 4 billion years. A massive explosion erupted near the edge of the system as one of the asteroid fortresses revealed its true nature. A planet-killer weapon that had been disguised as a simple mining operation. We learned from the saber-toothed cats that stalked our ancestors, Chen continued conversationally as more ships died. Never let your prey know how dangerous you are until it's too late to run. Zekthara's ship shuddered as another beam raked across its hull. This is madness. No species builds weapons like these in secret. No species from a garden world does, Chen corrected. But we're not from a garden world. We're from Earth, a planet where everything, the weather, the geology, the biology, is actively trying to kill anything that lives on it. We didn't just survive that crucible, Admiral. We thrived in it. The tactical display showed only a handful of hegemony, ships still intact, all of them fleeing at maximum speed. We've been watching you for decades, Chen said, learning your tactics, your technology, your weaknesses. And do you know what we discovered? You're bureaucrats with starships. You've forgotten what it means to fight for survival because you've never had to. Zekthara's ship lurched as its engines failed. Around her, the bridge crew worked frantically to restore power, but she knew it was hopeless. The humans had targeted their propulsion systems specifically. They wanted survivors to carry the message. I'm going to let you live, Admiral, Chen said. You and the crews of the few ships we're allowing to escape. You're going to return to your hegemony and tell them exactly what happened here. The main viewer shifted to show Earth, beautiful, blue, and deceptively peaceful. Tell them that the humans of Earth extend an invitation to any species that wishes to coexist peacefully, Chen said. But also tell them this: we are children of a death world, forged in violence and tempered by extinction events that would have ended any other species. We choose to be peaceful, but we are very, very good at the alternative. As Zekthara's crippled ship limped away from the Sol system, she found herself wondering how many other primitive species the hegemony had underestimated. How many sleeping giants had they awakened in their arrogance? Behind them, Earth continued its serene rotation, its children having once again proven that in the vast cosmos, the most dangerous predator was often the one that looked the most harmless. The galaxy, Zekthara realized, was about to become a much more interesting place.